Okay, so I got some stuff I gotta do pretty soon, so I'm just gonna make this as quick as possible because Trumpty Dumpty is about to have a great fall, and yeah, it's getting closer and closer, um, and the options are getting more and more narrow. Um, if you want to know like who he is, you have to like understand like where his family comes from, his dad, his uncle John, um, just a lot of things. Um, and you gotta put it together with the fact that he's the second child. That the first one was born junior and was supposed to succeed, in the line of secession, but he didn't. So then Donald and his nephew had to step up because he was able to just slack because nothing was expected of him. Now, everything he does is motivated by money because to him, money is success. Is you win. You can tell by the way he's like, instead of $30, maybe two. It's moments like that that show how detached he is from reality, which is going to be a bad thing for him because as low IQ as he calls people and whatever, he's so low IQ that he's amazed that he takes his son's laptop away from him, probably it's his tablet, and turns it off. And he puts it away, and by the time he can turn around, Baron's got it back, and he's got it back on, he's using it. How the heck did that happen? And he's like, he's really good with computers. How many people at that moment went, oh, fuck? You think turning it on quickly is a fucking... It wasn't being good at computers, it was being good at watching where the fuck you put it down and just playing you because you're getting old. When he said he had concepts of a plan, people should have just been like, I'm out. I have concepts of a plan. You even sound like a little fucking kid getting called out and fucking... So do you have your homework? I have concepts of my homework. And then you still got... But that's neither here nor there, because, I mean, even he was surprised by it. Because he started the night talking about how he heard about election fraud and whatever. He knew at these... Watch his fucking things. Watch. Watch it. What's going on is not at all what you guys think is going on at all. Some people may know, but they're keeping quiet if they are. If the news pundits, if the pundits know, they're playing their part beautifully and quietly and whatever. They're doing their part as they're supposed to. Weaving this confusion. This whole, in the absence of them, it's up to us. We have to do something because they're not stepping forward. One thing I've noticed also, the more the career part, I don't know if Mitch McConnell's run for president. He's always gotten his spot in, I think, Kentucky because very Republican area. His policies are wildly unpopular. He continues to blame it on DC and whatever, but he has a good hand in it. but there's just no one that can oppose him because for the last whatever, it's just been Republican and any Democrat. Republicans aren't going to run because he's pretty high up there, you know what I mean? That would be taking away a high spot and like trying to run against, you know, it'd be like if Barack Obama were running for president, you know, and you decided to go against him as a freshman senator. One, it'd be like a betrayal to your own party because the guys, you know, you're saying he's not doing a good job, which is what the other guys are saying, which causes the possibility of splitting your ticket. When the whole thing is not about, it should never be about what color is your tie or suit. It should be a matter of what is your plan? And that's been checked by a Congressional Budget Office. Okay, and what did they say about it? That it's possible, but you're going to need 10 years. Okay, what is yours saying? You haven't submitted a plan to the budget. You haven't submitted anything at all. You have concepts of it. Instead of going with the concept of a budget, you guys have a budget? Yes, and it's going to take about 10 years. Yeah, so by the end of like an 8-year, 10-year, we should be seeing some. I mean, that's what they come in and they say they make these promises. First off, they can't make any promises because the other team can say no just to make you look bad so they can win. Why is it both sides are insistent? The only way they can get things done is complete control. They have to have the House stacked, Supreme Court. We're talking about expanding the Supreme Court. Now, it's been unfairly stacked against because they held a seat. Mitch McConnell and others said, Lindsey, he said, use my words against me. If I vote for, and he voted for filling the spot in a way shorter amount of time. There's a whole year left, and they held the spot because Obama would have filled the spot. Then Trump had 2 months left in this thing. And they're like, yeah, that's different. And when asked about it, Mitch McConnell said that if given the chance, would he hold the spot for a year? And he's like, no. And nobody did anything. Well, people laughed as he called himself the Grim Reaper because bills come to him, and rather than doing his job and bringing them to the floor, which is a thing that he enacted during the 2012 shutdown that they instituted, Republicans instituted that. The shutdown, trying to stop Obamacare. Right. Since then, we've been doing fiscal cliff to fiscal cliff to fiscal cliff. We just cannot get anything. The thing is that what the Republican handlers really want, well, what both the Democrat handlers and Republican handlers, the higher-ups, the ones that are not idealistic towards whatever little bullshit game they're playing between the two sides. That's for us to watch like a soap opera, like there's actually, that, like it matters. It's not, it doesn't. That's a show. That's a show. 100% honest. I've seen where, like, you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene go up there and give her a speech, and then after after she gives it, get up and walk the fuck out. Like she stayed there the whole committee time. No, she came in there, gave her speech for the little fucking camera thing, and then walked out. Didn't even listen to the retorts, didn't even listen to anything else. So if there are any retorts, it looks like they did it without her being there. Like, oh, that must have been another day, because I was there all day. Remember when I said, and they didn't have anything else to say, and then they just shut down Congress? Because I said that one thing and no one had anything else to say? At all? For the whole rest of the day? Just that little sound clip of me really giving it to and then what they say in return. Nothing. They didn't say nothing. No, they're showing what you said. Now they're fucking showing where you're a fucking liar. They had something to say. And you're obviously a liar because you said they had nothing else to say. And here they are saying how everything you said is demonstrably false. And then they enter in evidence without so ordered. Unanimous consent. Enter something into the record. Something from the public record. Showing that everything she's just said was a fucking lie. But she's not even there. They use people like AOC who still believe, who have not been broken, who honestly, genuinely believe to sell their lie. That is not a left-right march to the gallows. Sometimes you're on your right foot for 2 jumps, and then sometimes you're on your left foot for a jump, and then right foot, then your left foot for 2 jumps, and then your right foot, then left foot, and then sometimes you have little skibbity bips inside there when you can do mayor, governor, because you really want to shake things up, and you're really going to get it right this time, right? Has it worked yet? Maybe it's time to do something different. I don't know, but I'm willing to put my mind together with the guys from Mensa, some constitutional scholars, and make a new amendment that very plainly puts out what, according to ours, it's an amendment that's like a 4-page thing that tells what the government responsibility to us is, what our responsibility to the government is, what they can do, and what they can't do, what you can do, and what you can't do. It lays out in 4 pages, so it's very simple and very easy. Front and back. And it's all, it goes inside of the Constitution, but it basically sums it up into 4 pages. No subsections, no, according to amendment, fucking whatever the newest one it would be. Still backed by the original Constitution, fucking ratified. I mean, get Mensa. We have smart people. Have very plain people that they don't understand. I mean, it has to be something everybody understands. So you can have the more difficult conversations, because that's the problem usually with Microsoft. Is they program for eggier heads, you know what I mean? And they don't really they don't do a good job translating that down to us, to what it is, why it's better, and whatever, without piling us with like tons of shit every time you do something. Once it was new with Microsoft, since you last installed, then like you want to know what's new. It's like new in Excel. I don't use Excel. Click. New and I don't use that. New and I don't, you know, and so you're just hitting next, and or you're like, I don't fucking care. And by now, I really don't care. New AI, I don't want AI. Yeah, fucking just cancel. So just have a section in your thing, new, when you bring up the thing, like, hey, your browser's been updated, new features have been added to the new features. And there's a little thing on the side that like lights up on the side. It's got like a little thing that will kind of pulse in Microsoft colors. And just says, it might be the window, it just starts lighting up the window symbol and just starts doing that lighting thing that it does, you know? When there's new features installed, and you can click on and see which features might be ones that you know, create in the label under what they're good for. Creativity, for this, for email, for this. If you need for like, you know, sight or hearing, any of those things. And they just add a new feature, and like the first thing it does, it tells what it does. Then it tells why it's better than what. Summary, just brief summary. What, why, how big of a file size is it? If you have to download anything, it's already installed. Part of the update. Part of the update. Needs a 5 meg download, needs a fucking 5 gig download. But will cause features. Blah, 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 blah. Dude, can we please get someone to fucking ask AI to please go back and look over those Windows 7 drivers? Any drivers it can find. And then through Microsoft, autograph them and make them Windows compliant. Do you know how much gear we could get back? That's not gone. It's not dead. It's not unusable. It's just been like the drivers have gone. There's plenty of stuff on eBay for there were high technology. 2005 was like 24-bit, maybe like 48 kilohertz, which is about what everybody's recording at now. USB 2.0, but it was the highest it could go. Then when they started going 96, 192, it became obsolete. But no one really goes that. So it's still good. It's still, if nothing else, it could be a good MIDI interface. And it's like usually like $20 now because the drivers don't work, so you can't make it work with your machine. Now imagine all that stuff comes back to life. Old ass drivers are just updated to work with AI. Can you make this whatever it calls itself? Can you make this compatible with Windows 10? Yeah. What if I brought like a bunch of them? Yeah. Anyway, you could find them because you probably have a better chance of it. Yeah. We just need to authorize one. Yeah. I'll go through those, archives and get what I can get. But if you notice, they're harder and harder to find. You need to have a disk. And most drives and most devices I've seen now don't even have a DVD drive because no one uses DVD or CD anymore. I do. On my machine up there and my machine in my bedroom. But I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing? I don't know. I think I'm looking for an ashtray or something. I don't know. Stoned as a bone in the drone skull. And Alphonse Capone. Fucking. That turd, man. I think he's just trying to push now because I think he's overextended. He already owed the Russians. Now he owes the United States and the citizens that he promised. I guarantee he owes the Saudis now. If he actually does a deal with Ukraine, he's going to owe them. It's just too many people to pay. It's just too many people that he owes to. The only thing that he could possibly do would be to try to get the office of presidency and then either just have the charges voided out and or use the army to, I'm never leaving this position. Just sorry. The army's mine now. That's what I was thinking. He's one of the two. He's the other, when he was talking about with the Prime Minister of Canada, and he was saying it's the biggest, one of the biggest, blah, blah, blah. And the Prime Minister just turned kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, you better not be saying something like, we worked out a deal where we are going to be 51st state because I'll punch you in the face, And so, but it's a reality TV show. It's, again, announcement of an announcement. He is just, today, tomorrow, or Monday, he's going to make a huge announcement. It's one of the biggest announcements in this area. But he's made claims like this before, like with Obama. Obama has until midnight of so-and-so day, and then I'll release. He has to give me his transcripts for school, or I release damning evidence I found in Hawaii. That time came and went, and nobody showed up with Obama's school information. Because there wasn't anything to find. I mean, there was nothing to worry about to begin with. It was just he was doing the same thing he always does, selling bullshit. And when it doesn't deliver for some reason, is people don't go, oh, it's full of shit. They just go, what'd you guys do? What'd you do? No, because he's never stiffed on a bill before. The man says he doesn't bring God into his forgiveness. And Christians think he's of God and Jesus, sent by the Lord above. He basically says, I'm the Antichrist. He says, if they deny God or the Son, even them are the Antichrist, of the Antichrist. Now, I was reading today in the Bible, today. It's just kind of a habit now. Listen, I just like the way he says it. Today. Is that what they're saying? I was reading today in the Bible, and they were talking, you know. We all got together, had a coffee clutch, and, you know, hammered some things out. Damn it. Did I even bring my knife or nothing? No, ill prepared. That is not very Boy Scout, but I never made it to Boy Scout anyway, so I'm off the hook. In the Bible, when I was reading today, I was reading about Michael. Not Michael, an angel laid. It was an angel came down, and he had the key to the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and the smoke poured out, and yeah. And it says that he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, the devil, who went out to deceive the nations. And he bound him 1,000 years that he could deceive the nations no more. The first thing that popped in my head was like, well, I mean, Donald Trump's a fucking lying bitch. He's been all over the fucking planet just lying. And he has that snake poem. So when they go, how could you do this to us? He's like, I told you I was a snake. I read you the poem. You guys want me to read it. You wanted me to read it to you over and over and over again because you thought they were the tender-hearted. You're the tender-hearted woman, you fucking moron. I love the poorly educated. I wonder why. But he probably was hoping that a Hail Mary would pull off, you know? Big crapshoot. Come on, if I can pull this off, I can pull this off, I can do this. And his big plan was to do so much stuff and have so much stuff going on that you don't pay attention to him dropping the stock market, then raising it up, insider trading. Rich people making a shit ton of money, like a fuck ton of money, you know? And then that continuing on, and like, oh look, he was right. He's also willing to crash the country, which is something that the Republicans honestly have wanted to do for a long, long, long time. Because they keep on basically forcing their new constitution out there. They get their people hyped up. And we support the Constitution, yeah, we support, and then they say stuff that's not in there. And the crowd goes nuts. because they all agree that yeah. And then some points out, like, that's not in the Constitution. They're like, well, it should be. Well, then you're not a constitutionalist. Maybe, then we need to change it then. So you can win? Yeah. But here's an idea. Have some ideas that people want to vote for. Oh, silent majority. But yeah, his Trump's main motivation is just money, himself, glorifying himself. Trying to make himself to be something he's not. His whole thing is to harm, charm, disarm. Bill Maher was vehemently opposed to Trump. Now, I don't know if he went down there and met with Trump, and Elon was like, look, we'll give you several $1 million to change your mind. Elon has that kind of money. I'll give you $40 million to change your mind. Apparently Snoop was willing to do whatever he had to do for however much they were offering him. Several people have been. Probably very, very many senators who have just been sitting there silently. They've been saying nothing. Republican senators just saying nothing. And that's kind of how you know it's getting kind of serious, is because senators you never heard from, very articulate. You don't really see these senators. You never see these people. They're the elderly people, the elder statesmen, I should say. The elder statesmen and stateswomen. Today it was a woman that was ripping Kash Patel a whole new fucking asshole. He didn't realize what was going on. He didn't realize it was his, basically. And why shouldn't we try you for what you're doing? Was what she was saying the whole time. And there's a time for him to show humility and be like, I am inexperienced, blah, 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 blah. No, he was basically talking back and trying to sell his book and all kinds of stuff. And as he's like, oh, I believe in protecting the Constitution. I suggest you do look into it. And she's just, whatever. And I suggest you people read my book. And she's like, I will do nothing of the sort. Reclaiming my time. And he just kept on talking, like, you know what I mean? And Marjorie Taylor Greene with the gavel, like, she's a judge. Order, order. That's not how it works in there, man. But that's the thing, is they don't know how it works, but they know how they want it to work. It's the idea that Fox and them have been telling them, the Republican Party have been telling them it should work this way. Because Fox leave out the fact that, and if we do this, you could be our next fucking victim, because we're telling you this stuff, and so therefore, you're one of us. You're on the inside side. You're on the inside track. Does the president really have to uphold the Constitution? Yeah, that's the oath. To uphold and protect the Constitution. Not as you want it to be, but as it currently is. And if you make some amendments to it, then there's a whole process. If you want changes to the Constitution, there's a whole process. And it's not the president says so, and the majority of people voted for him, so no. Those aren't the fucking rules. You do not get all the money when you land on free parking. Free parking is just a place for you to not have to pay nothing. It's a safe spot. That's it. House rules, I don't fuck your house rules. Believe it or not, I don't give a fuck about your house. Or your house rules, because our rules supersede your little bullshit house rules that you made up for your house. We're not in your house. We're in our house, not your house. Do whatever the fuck you want in your house. Stay the fuck out of my house. Oh, you'll stay the fuck out of my house. So yeah, I'm like I said, trying to stay on track here, but I got some shit to do. So what he's doing is the bidding of the Republican Party. He is crashing. He's doing what they wanted to do under somebody else. What they were hoping to do under Barack Obama. So go, see, we shouldn't let a black guy drive because look what happens. Goes right off a cliff. That's why they didn't want to do the stimulus and stuff, because that would buy time. They want it to collapse. They're getting old. They want to see it come. They want to see it hit here. They're not Christians. They are not Christians. That's the guys they use so that you'll vote for them. And their New World Order, when we're successful, and we will be, George Herbert Walker Bush. Oh, don't worry, Obama talked about the New World Order. Clinton talked about I think Bush Jr. talked about it. I believe even Reagan talked about it. So it's a left-right march. Problem is, old Donny Boy is trying to use the public as protection from his many deaths. He's overstretched himself. Way overstretched himself. He's overpromised himself to everyone. And he can't deliver on any of it. And he's getting very, very tired. And he can't keep doing it anymore. I mean, maybe if he was younger, but he's 78. I wouldn't doubt if this announcement he's going to make is like, they're right, I'm done, I'm tired. Because he's not, that's who he is. He's not a person to stick in and fight. Now what he'll do is he'll throw himself on the leniency of the side that'll be prosecuting him. There's two ways he can go. He'll throw himself on the leniency of the side that's prosecuting him. Because if he's in a jail cell, probably a high-profile, white-collar jail cell, the Russians can't get him. The people that, if he promised up to the Israelis, he promised up to whoever he promised to, the Afghan, whatever, the Saudis, they can't get him because he's in jail. He was hoping this would be a fucking Hail Mary and take off, and he's slowly realizing that it ain't. There's nothing that can turn this around, and it's just a matter of time before his lies are getting more and more outrageous because I think he wants to just go ahead and get it over with. Do I have to follow the Constitution? I don't think so. Will that get you to come arrest me? I know I took an oath. I didn't put my hand on the Bible. That's not enough for you guys to fucking... Fuck, the Christian right aren't losing their goddamn mind. I didn't put my hand on the Bible. They're not losing their mind. They're not losing their mind that I have fucking... So his harm, charm, and disarm is to put on this bravado, bully, stupid fucking thing that he does on TV. And then you meet him in person, you're ready to fight him. You're ready, like, you piece of shit, and give him, it's like, oh no, that's just something I do on TV. He doesn't talk as stupidly, you know? No, I don't believe half the shit there, but, you know, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah. And by doing that, you disarm the person. Because, like I said, you come in ready to fucking fight, and then, like, oh, you don't want to fight. No, I don't want to fight. So my best friends are gay. I don't care. Why? Because it gets me votes. You understand? Where I got elected, right? I can do more as president than as saying that I'm all for gay people. While you're doing it, I have to keep it up for, you know what I mean? I have to keep the looks for a bit. And like I said, disarm and like, oh, okay, because even Bill, unless he's, you know, lying because he got enough paid to say so, all the stuff that he was worried about, like genuinely, all the stuff that I was worried about Trump when I met him in person, it just wasn't there. I didn't see it at all. And I was like, oh shit, I see what he does. I said, you come in charging, you racist motherfucker, like, hey, Herschel Walker, yeah, I know you, man. And he like lists off like the sports stats and stuff, and you're like, I thought you were racist. No, I followed your career through this and this, and, you know, whatever. Just like his negotiation tactic, that's why I said China, wrong move. His negotiation tactic is to, the same old negotiation tactics he's been using for forever. The whole, like, pull them in to pull them off their balance so that they feel like lesser than. I think that's how Macron and him got into the handshake thing. Because he probably did it one time and he probably pulled him off his balance. Like, what the fuck is, oh, I see what you're trying to do. This time when you're trying to do it, we're going to just sit here and hold hands. When you try and pull me, I'm just going to stand right here and just, yeah, I can do that too. You know, oh yeah, you're a lot older man. You're a much older man than me. I can just pull you off that, you know what I mean, if I wanted to. Anytime I wanted, just like, you know, just pull your fucking hand and just like, you know what I mean? Just, or if I just want to sit here and hold your hand. In his old ass hand, because you know he doesn't have any strength in his hand. You know Donald Trump does not have any strength. Imagine him trying to hang from a rope to keep himself from falling into alligator pit waters. Not with the Rambo body that they paint on him, but with his fat, gelatinous body. Try and picture him crossing a monkey bars. Nope. He probably couldn't even get his feet up there. He probably couldn't do one pull-up. Why does he always stop right here? Because he can't get his hands up high. So he acts like, He always stops right here. Because that's as far as he's had a stroke. And as far as that's why he uses the Sharpie. If I had to guess, it is one of those, he had like one of those, not the stroke pens, and traded it for a Sharpie. Because even when he raised his fist in defiance, this is as far as he got up. Now, John McCain, he was tortured, and so like I think the furthest he could raise his hands was like this. Which he did fucking great, and if nothing else, they told him he could possibly die from the airplane trip if he chose to vote on that one thing, and no one expected him to be there because he could possibly die. The motherfucker walked in. Bitch, I've been fucking Hanoi Hilton, man. You think this fucking die? I'm ready to go, dude. Fuck you. Fuck Donald Trump. No. Can you imagine the soldiers that fought for this country to watch Donald Trump doing what he's doing? I saw the guys that are getting the tanks off of the, and maybe I'm reading too deep. Maybe I'm seeing what I want to see, but they're getting the tanks off of the rollers because they're bringing not for his little masturbatorial celebration of himself, Flag Day. Oh, yeah, he loves the flag. A flag, he loves the flag. He loves the flag. Shut up, Napoleon. First one kicks the shit out of you for your tots. So, but that soldier just looked like, what the fuck, man? So we gotta get this. I mean, I understand getting the tank down, but like we have to run down this thing on these. Normally we just drop it down, drop the back, and just roll the fucker out because we're ready to do some shit. We're not trying to run, like, not damage the roads. We don't care if we damage the roads. We have lighter vehicles he could use that have just regular tires. But no, he wants tanks. Because they show more might. They're stronger. Big. He always says big and strong. They're doing strong negotiations. They're doing big negotiations. Strong negotiations. Best words, dude. You think you got the best words? I mean, you must consider the average human to have like a fucking 4 IQ. What's his game? Die before he's caught. Die before he's fully exposed, and or if he gets exposed himself. Survive, not be killed by the people he's betrayed. Why any of it? Insecurity. I mean, I hate to be like, oh, he had a bad upbringing because he's a piece of shit, and like I had a bad upbringing. I didn't turn out to be like a piece of shit like him. Trust me, I've had the ideas of how to become president, how to run for office, how to do all that shit. I just don't. I've got the ideas, I've got the things, I've got actual plans of how to change things, how to, whatever. And it's not very complicated, and it's like, yeah, that would work. And if it wasn't, I'm like, look, I'm not saying this is the be-all, end-all answer. I'm saying that I've got to start. And we could go from there, and I'm happy to find out what I don't know. Make sure I don't have one of my filters on here. Yep, I've been having echo on this bitch, haven't I? The whole fucking time. Oh well. It's been mystical talking to you. I haven't heard it, so I didn't hear it. So my bad. So, he's just a dick, man. He's a spoiled little brat, a compulsive liar. And it's about to come to light, one way or another. The moves he's been doing recently have been too fucking stupid. Just way too dumb. Even his fans have got to be like, okay, yeah, we fucked up. I'm not going to say it. Because they're going to say, no, that's what you guys would do. We're sitting there going, come on, man, say it. Say it so your friends can say it so we can all fucking get over this part of it. There's just this one little part. Then the next little shoe has to drop, which is the transition from, which has never happened before, brutal, utter incompetence, having to be removed, possibly forcefully, depending on if he gives up or if he goes, look, I'm I know it's fucked up, and I know I'm terrible. I'm just never leaving this position. Sorry. All those Proud Boys, they're on my payroll. That's who I have in the hooded things going around arresting the migrants. They wanted to do that anyways. Stand black and stand by. That's what he wants. Is on the militia. Why do you think they're wearing masks so they can't be identified? Oh fuck, that's fucking January 6th dude who owes Trump his freedom. Already went to jail for him. Already lied under oath saying, I'm really sorry, I'm just, again, throwing themselves on the mercy of the people that are like, yeah, I mean, you really don't have anything else on you, and I mean, apparently Trump just, whatever. And then once they get out, like, yeah, I fucking, fuck that shit, I played them picking, like, oh, you did? Still called perjury, asshole. And the orange one eventually goes away. That charge will come back. All they gotta do, the orange one won't prosecute you and press the charge on you. So now you're hoping that he dies in that office at the ripe old age of like 170,000, 43 trillion, 75, so that you never get caught yourself, nor your kids or anybody else who enjoys all the bullshit luxuries that you think you're going to get, which are actually going to go to him and his billionaire buddies, because you ain't got no fucking money, so you don't mean shit to him. He already collected all your fucking money. Go to the treasury, he's already got your fucking, so he's got all your shit. Elon and him have all your shit. If that's true, if they did, and okay, say that there's two ways it can go. They're successful at what they're trying to do, or they're not. If they're successful at what they're trying to do, Elon has his little brain chips planned out. And he has all your stuff to basically kind of, blackmail you and or whatever he wants to do. The other thing is they're not successful. It's such a big data breach that pretty much everyone on planet, or every American has to get a new social security number. If they screw up the money bad enough, we'll have to go over to a credit-based system because there's no way to switch quickly over to something else. Even if it is just to go, okay, the credit-based system is now the way we're going to go, and you guys don't really know about it. Your dollars are based off of ones and zeros in binary space, in crypto space, and whatever the fuck. Honestly, if our dollar were not backed by anything, the average person wouldn't think about it at all and keep going through the entire charade that we all do. Working, getting your little pieces of paper and or your debit card reloaded with ones and zeros, and taking it out and typing in your PIN and all that stuff. We'll continue to do all that shit. Even if there is no backing to our money, and the only difference would be there's nothing backing our money. Do you think there's anything backing your money right now? Yeah. Sure about that? Yeah, they went to Fort Knox. Right, because Donald Trump knows the difference between gold and fool's gold, right? Right? But it should have been a much bigger news story, if nothing else, because of the fact that since the 70s, since the Vietnam War, and Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard, the conspiracy nuts have been saying, there ain't no gold in fucking Fort Knox. There ain't no gold in Fort Knox. There ain't no gold. And then Trump's like, we're going to go to Fort Knox and hopefully the gold's in there. And it was. So they go, wow, that's wrong, man. Okay, so this was, whatever. Why was he so hell bent on? Right now, the system is working, whether we know there's gold in Fort Knox or not. Right now, it's just a suspicion. Now, you open up the vaults and the gold's there. As I told my mom before it happened, before they even went, I was like, what's going to happen to the price of gold? It's going to skyrocket. America, because even our people that we have debt to or whatever, can America even really pay this back? Rumors amongst their own people that they have. Then Nixon did take them off the gold standard, so they didn't have to call. Now, if they got so far in debt, they had to sell that. Oh shit! My money is kind of based on the fact that they got gold in that fucking. If they don't have gold in that fucking, and so there's this unstable uncertainty. And Elon wanted to start a currency. So throwing open those doors and seeing there is no gold in there to back your dollar would cause a global fucking panic. Everyone would freak. Us, our creditors, our debtors, everybody freak the fuck out. And then Elon goes, not to worry. Doge to the rescue. Unlike theirs, mine's stable, and it's backed by phone, and as artificial intelligence grows, it's just going to become more and more secure, and then we can link it to your brain chip, and therefore you can just think you want a taco, and they'll deliver it to you. And it's only going to be $5 trillion to me, per person. No one has, well, you will by that time. How? We're going to automate all your jobs. Someone have any fucking money? Yeah, I haven't thought this all the way through. But when we get to Mars, please shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, Elon. You're an idiot, and you've proved it to the entire world. Who and their money are soon parted? Who and their money are soon parted? He had 440, like by 100 days ago. Nearly $500 billion. And this big get-rich scheme cost him at least half of that. Real pioneer genius there. Real forward thinker. How to overcome Trump? How to get over the. First off, he's mortal. He's just a human being. He can declare whatever the fuck he wants to from the Oval Office, but unless he actually cancels your job, so much for cancel culture, right? If he cancels your job, he and Elon do, that's the only way it's going to really kind of affect you directly. Now, prices are going up, but they were kind of going up artificially due to artificial inflation so that the companies can make more money. They saw that we'd be willing to pay more money for stuff and not understanding the supplies. Our biggest weapon against us is our ignorance of how things work. We think we understand. Yeah, I go to this grocery store and they stock the shelves. Right, but where does that come from? The back. Where's the truck? A warehouse. A shipping thing. Boats and, around the world. And see how it starts to quickly unravel and you don't know how any of it actually really works. You think you know how grocery stores work. You don't really know. You think you know how a ballpoint pen works. Most people don't really honestly know. No, you click. No, how? That's you know what I mean. What functions in there to make that all work like that? Now, how is it right? How does it get the ink from inside to the outside? And if you happen to know all that stuff, bravo. But the point is a broader point that you're going to get to a point. Okay, so how does your tablet send an email? Not the program, the mechanics of it, the ones and zeros. What's the code? And what technology is used to broadcast that to your router? How does that work? How does your router then take that information, translate into something that it can put onto the internet? What is the internet? Where is the internet? How does it operate? Is it all around us? Then how come I can get to it from all around us? Why do I need a tablet? How come I can't just get to it? It's just energy. My brain is a processor of energy that I read off the screen. So why can't I just project the screen in my own mind and virtualize the whole entire, synthesize the whole experience? Or can I? Maybe with other computers that operate on the same frequency or wavelength as me. Maybe you can. I've been working on a dream. Dream, sleep music. And I need to remix it now that I've got all the different things like sample tank and stuff, and now I've got the RAM and stuff. I'll go ahead and bring in the MIDI files. Matter of fact, I might do that today. And then just keep running it through different instruments, and just keep changing it up so it just keeps getting weirder and weirder, but it's exact same songs. And I can adjust the volume and stuff so they stay fairly consistent so it doesn't wake you up too much or anything like that. There are certain parts that are supposed to kind of trigger you to wake up, but that's because they say that you sleep in like 15-minute bursts, and so like REM cycle, then you come back up. And so when you come back up, I wanted to re-trigger you to go back down and back into whatever. That's probably how you have like a dream that's like it's a seamless dream to you. Where like I was at the house. Then all of a sudden I was at the mall, and we were doing shit there. The next thing I know, we're at the hospital. That's probably what happens. You probably don't fully wake up, and your mind just stitches them together. Well, we obviously drove here. Either that or just like, we're here. Of course we got here. Don't dreams just kind of do that, Especially if you don't wake up fully. It's just to you, it seems like one, because you don't remember the blackness in between, the intermissions. There's so much shit that like people don't understand that it's just if you just put your mind to it for a little bit, it's pretty easy to figure out. Ancient wonders, fucking people's motivations. Let's take a little time to look at people and realize that everything, just like you, everything they put on is a conscious choice. Everything that you have and everything that you do is a conscious choice. Even if you're on autopilot. Your body chose to do those things. Now you just got to figure out why. Now if they seem to be on autopilot, then you're like, okay, you're just basically an NPC. If they seem to be, kind of motivated, like, okay, so something happened to get you to be motivated. What can cause you to be motivated to do that? Like that intensely. You know what I mean? Or there's a guy that rides a bus. He digs through the fucking trash cans to get recyclable trash. He asked the bus driver, especially like during the wintertime, during like the summertime to, when it's not too hot, too cold, to shut the bus off so they can, save some gas. And yeah, like go through the trash thing and through the trash cans and get like trash that can be recycled out of there. But it's just one guy, and it's just the bus stop, and it smells kind of like he's been doing that. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like, I haven't had many occasions to deal with him And when I have, it hasn't been pleasurable experiences. So I don't even bother trying to break him down. It's just I just avoid, just avoid. But I got shit to do, and I might do some mixing later on. Oh, it's exactly 1 hour, so. I'll say peace, but it says, they'll say peace, peace, and suddenly there's no peace. I'm like, well, that'd be the 90s. Peace, peace, but there is no peace. That's what it was. And then later on it says peace, peace, and then suddenly destruction. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm tired of this fucking place. It's about time this world needs an enema. It needs to be flushed out, cleaned out, rebooted, start again, bounce at the door, keeping all the assholes back. They can stay in that other, and they can stay here. They can have this shit, their little nuclear meltdowns and stuff until the end of time, which is probably not that far off with them. We'll just get something else. That would be fucked up. Think about that. That's what. Okay, so the universe, 0 to 1, would be this creation that we have. It would be like weeks, days 1 through 7. The first week of creation. From that point, he'd know how to make souls, how to make land, light, blah 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 blah. That'd be basically just easy to do in one day. Because each day he learned a different thing about how to do it. I believe it took him about 2 billion years each day, because they say the world's 14 billion years old. The universe 14 billion years old, or thereabouts. Divide that by 7 would be 2 billion. 2 billion years. Took him 2 billion years to figure out how to do. Each one starts over, because at the end of the day goes to sleep, and then at the 6th day he saw everything was very good. Everything was very good. So, what's with the knowledge of good and evil? So in other words, everything wasn't good as in, behold this awesome thing I do. It was good as in it's nothing as of harm. There is no harm. Lion kills a gazelle. That's just how the system is supposed to. Good. Everything's working. Good. The buzzards are coming to feed. Okay, good. And the bacteria, they're thriving. Okay, because if they don't do, we all know, but if they don't do their thing, all systems are go. Right, we got some assholes in there. We can clean them out when we start it over again. Tell you what, just leave this running. I'm gonna go catch a fucking nap. I need some sleep, dude. I'm gonna sleep this one off, right? I'm gonna start it over one more time, and I'll be back. We'll clean up all the fucking assholes out of here. I don't know, whenever Trump officially announces he's a piece of shit, or whenever they fucking figure it out. Oh, he's gonna do it. He'll do it, or the people will complete. He'll do one of his, like this next announcement will be so god awful. They're like, yeah, take him. I'm going to be your president forever. Yeah, take him. I'm hereby dissolving the Constitution. Yeah, take him. Yeah, I mean, something like that. Like fuck, can't defend him anymore. He's probably like, it's expecting, either he's expecting his crowd to go, yeah, or take him. And he's like, finally, dude, oh my God. I thought calling them rapists and drug dealers and some, I guess, are okay. That would get anybody else fucked over. We grabbed him by the pussy. That would have stopped anybody else's career in its tracks. But you guys said, oh, I made an excuse. Then he just kept on fumbling the ball, and you guys just kept going, well, you guys could pass to him correctly. It's a professional quarterback, man. Of the two, which do you think are not doing their job? Baby Hands Donald? Quarterback Mac and Cheese. And quarterback Mac and Cheese is obviously against fucking Baby Hands Donald. He obviously hates him. What is your deal? Is he your child? Does he have dirt on you? Why do you guys owe him so much fucking love? It's gross. It's really, really gross. Especially for people that are supposed to love God. But of course you think Jesus is God, so you don't really know him at all anyway, so it's not really all that surprising, but it's a bit surprising that you at least don't go, tone it down there. Fucking trumpets, I mean, come on, man. It's getting harder to defend you. You already had the 3 adulteries, and I said that, well, it's fine as long as you ask for Okay, he didn't ask for forgiveness. He doesn't bring God into it. Okay, I'm out. That's where it should have been. Okay, I'm out. He doesn't bring God into his forgiveness. Even he who denies the Father and the Son, even he is of the Antichrist. God's blessing on the good. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb, for all Israel with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. The end of the prophets. This used to be owned by Ozark Joe. Oh no, they're married by, this is Peggy. It's like Defaults, but I don't think so. And Skippy were married in holy matrimony, 10/9, Day of Shark. Year of our Lord 1975 at Ozarks by Ozark Joe. Witness Pa, witness Ma. I don't think this is a real marriage thing. I think this is like a hopeful. Come on, Lord. I put it in the book. Come on now. I don't know why I would go with that voice when I would start talking about, come on, Lord. Anyways, I gotta roll, man. I got stuff I gotta do. Yeah, I gotta do what I do. So, have a good one. Enjoy yourselves. Won't be long now. Shouldn't be long now. Maybe I'll see you there.